We are live. Welcome back to our Women Who Do series. 2 weeks ago, we sat down with renowned international designer Reem Acra. This week, we're excited to return with Joi Gordon. She's a humanitarian, acclaimed philanthropist, and the CEO of Dress for Success. So, for those of you who may be tuning in for the first time this week, Women Who Do is a series dedicated to highlighting inspiring conversations and powerful women in the midst of these revolutionary times. So, if this is your first time watching, I'm Jessie Gray Rubenstein, and I'm Anne Klein's granddaughter. This series was created to both celebrate and uphold Anne's legacy, as she was a mover and shaker that empowered women everywhere. And during these unprecedented times, her message of strength is more relevant than ever before. So, like my grandmother, today's guest firmly believes in the incredible power that clothing has to incite confidence and an overall, amazing feeling. So she's distinguished herself with her inspiring and very true and altruistic approach to both business and life. So Joi, thank you so much for being here today. You started your career practicing law before moving into the nonprofit sector, and you've succeeded exceptionally well in both areas. It's truly amazing.
Well, you're generous. I don't know how acceptable I was as a lawyer, but I definitely have done my work in the nonprofit sector. It's been an amazing 22 years doing nonprofit management, and I wouldn't change anything about my career or any of the decisions I've made along the way.
To start off, I think one of the words we've been using is a modern Renaissance woman. So I'd love to just get started by hearing a little bit more about your journey with Dress for Success and kind of, what prompted you to dedicate your life to uplifting and supporting women.
Absolutely. So I'll start with, first of all, I'm wearing Anne Klein today. So let me just start there.
Yes.
That I'm a big fan of your grandmother's, and her clothing and the Anne Klein brand has been a staple in my wardrobe since I started my career. And so it's just great to be able to continue to find clothing that fits and is comfortable and is not expensive, but is quality. And so, kudos to you and to your grandmother for giving women the right fit and the right look.
Oh, I'm wearing Anne Klein too right now, actually.
Okay. Thank you for that. But so it was literally 23 years ago that I stumbled upon Dress for Success. And I say to every woman out there, any person out there, that sometimes you just have to show up in life and let your heart lead you. I heard about this extraordinary organization that was helping women get back to work. And as a new lawyer, I'm kind of new to the career world. I knew that what I had in my closet was suits, probably some Anne Klein suits. And so I wanted to donate a suit. I really just wanted to donate one suit to help another woman. And in fact, that donation of a suit just led me on to my journey in life and my purpose in life, which was really about helping other women succeed. And so I went from being a suit donor to a volunteer, from a volunteer to a board member. And when the opportunity presented itself, I joined Dress for Success. And I have been here employed for 21 years and running a global nonprofit and getting to see women around the world who look like me, who are me, who want to work, not just to take care of herself, but to take care of her children. And that's been my journey at Dress for Success, helping other women succeed.
That's awesome. I mean, especially right now, I know we were talking about this offline, but I think, this message is so powerful, especially right now. So many people are, changing their career path and pivoting directions. So, like my grandmother, I think you guys have a very similar mindset. She always said that clothes won't change the world; it's the women who wear them who will. Can you tell me a little bit more about some other ways that Dress for Success helps, set these women up for a lifetime of prosperity?
Sure. So it starts at Dress for Success with the suit, but it never ends there, right? And so what we try to give her is the confidence that she needs to be able to walk into an interview looking and feeling dressed for success. But what we do beyond the suit is so much more important because it's really about giving her the tools she needs to succeed in work and in life. And of course, in this COVID world we live in today, most of our programs are working virtually and they're working, right? So it's about us getting her to work. And we are giving her the tools she needs right now while she's home, whether she's working from home or she's not working at all. We're giving her the tools that she needs so that when the cities come back and the lights turn back on and the job market starts to surge again, we've gotten her ready for that next job and that next step in her life. And that's what we do at Dress for Success. It's not only about the clothing. Clothing is important, and clothing really helps her feel confident, allows her to walk into the interview looking and feeling dressed for success. But if it was only about clothing, I'm not certain that she could see success. We want her to see success. We want her to land jobs and keep jobs. We want her to climb. We want her to soar. We want her to achieve success not only for herself, but for her children. And we know that if we can stop the cycle of poverty in her life and in her children's lives, that's economic independence. That's Dress for
Yeah,
Success.
that's so, I mean, that's amazing. And I'm sure a lot of women out there listening right now are, pivoting their career path. What is some advice that you would give to them, whether it's how to dress for their interview, or going into the job with a new mindset? What are some suggestions that you have?
Well, I listen, I feel like in these times, these very uncertain times, this is a moment in time. And so I think sometimes what you really just need to do is just be silent and listen. Listen to what your heart is telling you that your journey should be going toward. Figure out what your purpose in life is and let your purpose marry your passion. I think the next opportunity for many of us is right beyond what we can see. And so sometimes you just have to be still in the moment. And I think these times of working from home and being secluded and being siloed um, really should have been giving us time to pause, to figure out what our next.
Mhm.
And so my hope is for women who are out there that they've taken this opportunity to just spend some quality time with themselves, to reflect on what's important to them, and to figure out what their journey and what that path looks like. When I stumbled into Dress for Success, I didn't realize that it would then become my career of helping women, but I could have never chosen a better um, journey in my life than what I'm doing today. Never looked back. I literally fell in love with Dress for Success, and I've never fallen out of love with it.
Well, Joy, you are the, walking definition of a girl boss. And forging your own path can be scary. I started my own business, and I know that in that first, few months, and as I was kind of like leaning into that, it was really, it was a terrifying, anxious time. So do you have any suggestions for kind of getting over your fear and moving into that next step?
Yeah. Listen, fear pushes you forward. Like don't be afraid of fear. There is no failure in fear. So fear should drive you towards your ultimate goal in life. And step into your purpose. Like figure it out what you need to do. Create your community of support. Have a network around you. Find circles of women like you, support teams that are going to encourage you, promote you, challenge you, strategize with you. I think this is the time. Like, there's a reason why we're going through this right now. I think we all have to find out what that reason is and how that's going to propel us toward our future. And so I'm a girl half full. And I just think that life presents the lemons. It's time to make the lemonade. And
Yeah.
so I think for many of us, we're on a path, we're on a journey, and tomorrow will always be better than yesterday.
100%. I think, as you said, this time of kind of solitude and separation has really forced us, whether we like it or not, to sit down and think about things. And I know that at least for me, it's kind of really cleared the path in seeing, my purpose and the things that are most important in life in a very, um, kind of distinct way.
Absolutely. I think for many of us, we reflect on, in these times, on family, on community, on philanthropy, how we can make a difference in someone else's life. And that's what philanthropy is about, right? It's about giving to communities that you may not know, but you're passionate about. And I think what we recently had an incident with the Dress for Success in Oklahoma City that was burnt to the ground. After a night of peaceful protesting, someone threw a Molotov cocktail at our building and burned down Dress for Success. But what I saw in the burning of Dress for Success was a community of people across Oklahoma, across the United States, and actually throughout the world who gave to rebuild Dress for Success Oklahoma City. Some people gave $5, some others gave $2,500. I would say that every single person, over 1,200 people, are contributors to the rebuild of Dress for Success Oklahoma City. And that's what philanthropy is about. It's about doing your giving while you're living. And I believe in giving. And so it's not just about working at a nonprofit organization and spending my time here because this is where I work. I've never worked one day of my life. This is my mission, it's my purpose, and that's why I'm at Dress for Success.
That's yeah, making your job your passion in your life is what it's all about.
Listen, I love it. And it's really, listen, this is where I've been raised, right? I've spent 20 some odd years at Dress for Success. It's where I've raised my children. It's where I've been a wife. It's built me into the woman I am. And I think I'm certainly a much more compassionate leader. I'm a better friend to women. I'm a better confidant. I would think I'm a better mother, and I would like to think that I'm a better wife to my husband. I think this organization has taught me how to be humane and how to care about other people, not just care about myself. And that's what Dress for Success has done around the world. It's not just about what I'm doing at Dress for Success. This organization is in 150 cities in over 25 countries around the world. We've helped over 1.2 million women get back to work. And when you help that many
Wow.
women, the reality is there's probably 3 to 4 million children now who moms work because this organization has stepped into their life and has become their support system. And that's what we do at Dress for Success. No greater job for me.
I mean, you've been recognized as one of the most powerful moms in nonprofit by Working Mother magazine, and you've received the Legacy Award from Working Mother Media. So I know motherhood is such an important role in your life. How do you balance, your astounding professional career with your role as a mom?
Well, listen, I could not have had a better example from my mother, who was a single mom who raised me and then sometimes worked 2 to 3 jobs to afford me private school and to get out of college without having any debt. And so you owe it to your children to put your family first. And so as much as I am a leader at Dress for Success, my job every single day and my job for the last 24 years is to be a mother. And so I pour everything I have into my children and I figure out how to do it as best I can. Sometimes I get it wrong. We all do, right? Sometimes it could be better. Of course it could. But I listen, I haven't failed at being a mom. And the proof is in the pudding. I have 2 really smart kids, one in college and one who graduated college, both working, one an entrepreneur like his dad, and one a worker bee like me. And it's important for me to show my kids what it means to be compassionate and care about other people. And I know I'm a great mom when I see my kids give back. That makes me feel confident that I've taught them to be the best that they can be. And getting awards and being acknowledged as a great mom, that's the best award you can get.
I I couldn't agree more. You're making me homesick, Joy. I miss my mom.
Well, I think it's York, come. We need more people to come to New York.
Yes, I'm excited to come home back to New York next week and see my family. I know we were talking about that before this, but you know, similarly to you, both my grandmother and my mom have in my life been, you know, so critical in shaping who I am today. Um, are there any other women who are in your life who you felt have really inspired both your, you know, either personal and or professional journey?
Yeah, well, I think I already talked about my mom. Like, that's my shero. I mean, that's my North Star. That's the woman I want to be most like. That's who I've mirrored my life after. She's my best friend. She's my everything. But I honestly, the women of Dress for Success, the most resilient women, women who have overcome obstacles, women who've come out of prison, out of homelessness, out of shelters, lost their spouse. Some have lost their way, but they got to our front door, through all of their pain, through all of that, they got to the front door and they showed up for themselves. And that resilience pushes me forward. 4 years ago, I had breast cancer and I didn't miss a day of work, not because I'm a workaholic, but because I needed to be around women who were inspiring to me. And so I would schlep into the city and go to chemo and get back to my desk, and I'd go to radiation and I'd get back to my desk. And I went through that process, but I knew I could get through it because the women of Dress for Success get through what they get through in life. And if they can get through it, I can get through it. So that's my inspiration, the women who walk through the
Oh,
door of Dress for Success every single day.
wow, giving me goosebumps over here. That's so amazing. You're a real fighter, Joy.
Yeah, yeah. You got to fight for something, right? You got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. And so I stand with women. It's been my journey, it's been my purpose, it's in my life, it's been everything that's made me joy. Is the work that I do for women. And it's not just the women in New York City, it's the women around the world. I care deeply for women, their lives, and how their lives will change their children's lives. And if in some small way I have made a difference in another person's life, then I have done what I have been set on this planet to do. And I am grateful to Anne Klein. Grateful for this opportunity to speak to other women. I'm grateful for the support that women around the world have given to Dress for Success, whether you've donated a suit or you've worked in our boutique or you volunteered or you started up a Dress for Success. Like, I'm surrounded by 150 smart women around the world who are running Dress for Successes every single day. I don't do this alone. I have a village.
Well, Joy, let's connect after this because I want to be involved.
I'd love it. I'd love it, Jesse. Thank you.
So Joy, we have some really amazing comments that are coming in. People are leaving some really great comments on the page. Paige asks, she says, "Hi Joy, you are truly an inspiration. How do you stay motivated after working for an organization over 20 years?"
I know, right? I don't know. Listen, it's something about it's in the water at Dress for Success. How could you not? When I get to walk into our boutique and see a woman looking at herself in the mirror, um, and I get to stand behind her and I get to see her see herself, that fills up my cup that day. And every time I'm around a woman, every time I travel around the world, every time I meet another woman, every time she tells me her story and thanks me for the work that Dress for Success is doing in her community, it motivates me. Like this, and I said it before, this has never been a job for me. And if it's a job, I don't want it. This is my purpose in life. And so I step into it every day and I show up every single day because I want to be here and I want to be connected to another woman, and because she makes my life better. And that's what Dress for Success does. It really does make your life better, especially if you're a volunteer. So my hope is, Paige, if you're thinking about like how you get involved, that you find a local Dress for Success near you. The lights are coming on all across America and people are starting to show back up again. And we need volunteers. We need you. We need more women. We need men. We need a support group for the women that we serve. And with record numbers of people being unemployed right now, I think the need for Dress for Success will never be greater than it will be right now.
I couldn't agree more. Well, Joy, I think we have to maybe get Paige's digits and loop her in on our group text after this.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Joy, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Jesse. Thanks for having me. Thank
Yeah,
you.
your story is incredibly inspiring. And this conversation is, as we've said, incredibly relevant right now. So, I'm just so glad we were able to really spotlight this conversation today.
Yeah, let's just come together. Let's come together as a community, as a country, as a world. Let's just come together. Let's figure this out. Let's get it right. Let's get it
I
right.
agree. And I
Okay.
can't wait till we can do it in person and not on
Okay.
Zoom.
I'll see you in New York.
Yes.
All right.
So everyone that's out there watching, please make sure to join us for episode number 5 of Women Who Do on July 8th. We'll be sitting down with acclaimed interior designer, Sasha Bykoff. And for all updates on the Women Who Do series, make sure to follow our Instagram and our Facebook page. So thank you guys again for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
See you next time, Jesse.
Thanks, Joy. Take care.
Bye-bye.